Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to a much later than expected stream due to my life being always busy and complicated. But we're here, and that's what matters. We're here. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna play a little bit of Hades. Oh, let's get that open so I can keep an eye on it while we're going, and then let's get the game launched. Oh, this is new. Hades is doing a little bit of setup apparently. Probably did. Yeah, they did a patch since I last played. Oh, that's embarrassing. It's one of those patches that have already been updated, but Steam has to double check the redist package. Redistribution package. Okay. And okay, now y'all should be able to see it. Is it gonna work? Yay! There's a loading bar. Oh, is the resolution off? Resolution's off. I can fix that. Okay. And y'all should be able to hear it now. In Hades, do I need it in the bottom left? Where do I normally have it? The little window when I'm streaming Hades. I feel like it's in the bottom left normally. 1 second. There we go. Okay. Sorry about this. I'm just trying to get these in proper position because it's been since I played Hades. Okay, that should be good. These are all fixes. These seem to all be fixes. So we're just gonna launch right into it. I haven't played this since the 19th of January. Dang. That means I've been busy. I'm gonna have to get used to the controls again. Okay. If I move this way, do I like disappear off camera? Yeah. No, it's the worst spot. It doesn't need to be in the top right corner. Okay. We're figuring this out. Problem is, it's got like a weird auto snap that it wants to kind of figure out. There we go. There we go. That should be good enough. Okay. Looks like we're doing the fists. Hello, Moth. Welcome to the stream. I'm trying to remember all the controls. Oh, and a hydrate. Thank you. I'll take hydrate. How are you doing tonight?
Well, pal, you have come a pretty long way, let me tell you. I think most of the smarts I've picked up you know by now. And so, if I'm fresh out of tips for you, I guess there's only one thing left to do.
Stand there eternally to be wailed upon at my whim using whichever weapon suits me at the time.
Yep, now hop to it.
There it goes. You're okay? I'm glad to hear you're okay. As always, you know, I hope that you're being as good as you can be, and if that's just okay right now, I'm glad to hear that it's at least okay.
Oh, please.
We can't always be doing great, and it's bad to think that we can.
Let's see here.
I'm trying to remember what I was doing here. So, I remember we're leveling those up, and I think
Malphon, I see everything you
we're
are.
doing everything.
It's time, Baratha.
We're leveling up everything on here. Yeah, max. What was the next one I was leveling up? Was it the sword? One of these I've been putting other points into. It was the shield, because it's level 3. Yep. We'll put another point in the shield then.
And there, huh?
Show yourself.
Whoa, what was that?
I'm not using the shield, but I'm just strategically power leveling through this, I guess, to make sure I get everything done. Okay. So I believe we've beaten Hades with these? Have we beaten Hades with these? Okay. We've beaten all... Yeah, so with the fist, we've beaten all the way through to Hades, it looks like. So we're going to have to put a little bit of heat on it. This is one of the first runs we're going to be doing with a little bit of heat. All foes... I gotta minimize chat real quick. All foes deal bonus damage, plus 20% per rank. Any healing... less life. All prices are higher. Extra foes. Oh. Extreme measures sounds interesting. That's pretty... I don't really mind that one. That sounds like it could be real pain. That's cruel. Ooh, that would definitely take me out. Okay. Okay. I think we're going to try extreme measures. So that we can get all these extra bonuses for this one.
Let's see what happens. I'm gonna
apologize right now in advance, Moth, or anyone else that's watching. I'm a little bit brain fuzzled today. It's been a bit of a long week for me. So if...
I warn you that my foster brother Zeus, he has just a disgusting sense of humor, little sprout. He'd have you think he sired half the countryside. I have to shudder at the very thought.
It's definitely Zeus. And I was saying, it's been a long week, so I'm a little bit just fuzzled. And, if I seem that way, I apologize. But yeah, Zeus siring half the country. Given the legends, it's probably true. Oh, that's actually pretty good. I don't like chill. So we're gonna go with Crystal Beam. So I've actually had that doing me pretty well. At least I remember it doing me pretty well. Ooh, it's a fishing spot. Is it
Set a
E?
fight.
I gotta fish first. That makes sense. Anything fun or interesting happening lately for you, Moth? Nothing there needs to be. Just curious. Sleep. Me or you trying to sleep?
What lurks in the river Styx?
You? Oh. Well, sleep is important. Again, sorry, I'm a little bit fuzzled, so if I seem a bit confused, I apologize. It's a hellfish. Anyway, I hope that you can get the sleep that you need for good rests, because sleep's important. And my body doesn't like it, but I hope everyone else gets the sleep that they need, because I certainly try to. I cannot. I'm gonna die on every single boss. It's been too long since I played this. Sleep is the interesting thing you've been doing. Oh, okay. We caught up. We caught up. We got there in the end. Sleep is very interesting, especially if you have imaginative dreams.
How do you do?
Then it can be even more interesting. It's not close enough for that. I was hoping that would be close enough to do some damage. You're not the only one with beams.
Next up.
Anyway. Oh, sometimes my mind struggles to pick things up. My new job, say like my new job, I've been there for over a month now. My new job's pretty good,
Crushed.
but some days it leaves me pretty darn tired. It's like it's one of those super easy jobs that's just kind of like, it's not what I like doing. It's not a bad job, but it's not a job I'm interested in. It's just a job that pays enough. And right now, enough is anything. So it's just been a little bit. It's like the most interesting. It's like, what do I do that's interesting? I go to work. Is that interesting? Not really. What I do for work? Stare at spreadsheets. Standard. Menial office monkey. It's one of those jobs where it's like, this probably could just be automated. Probably should be automated. But it's what it is. Oh. I like more fish. Is it 60,000 worth of fish?
Should be useful.
Or 60, not 60,000. 60. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-bum. My mouth don't work. I did not get past that very well. Apparently dropping those and then dodging is a very effective method. Especially on... Ooh, Artemis, that's the one. Look at me making lots of weird noises this stream. Oh, it's this room. guys aren't too bad because you can kind of just dodge around them. That's also why I think the 3 crystals works a little bit better for this rather than the recharge. Is because with these especially, you can kind of get like some awesome crossbeam stuff going. Or that's just a whole lot of damage hitting the floor at once.
So even Demeter's become involved in this. Didn't think she would, though you'll be glad she did. Provided you stay on her warm and fuzzy side, of course. Working on that myself.
I do like Artemis. Artemis seems like one of the better gods in here. Like, nicer. Oh, better attack with critical damage. That actually would probably be really good because of the nature of the fists hitting multiple times. But also pressure. But I think we're going to have to go with pressure points. Any damage you deal has a chance to be critical because of the cast. Apparently we're going to have like a lot of these skull things popping up. Jumped right onto the spike trap. That's on me.
There's something.
And I'll take some gems. Did those go up? I think I'm getting more rewards because the heat's higher. Which I'm actually certainly not going to complain about. We have K-Run Shop. Or a Bauble. What do you think, Moth? K-Run Shop or more monies? Should I try to spend monies or should I go for more monies? What boon am I using? Oh, that's why I'm getting heals. Money? Okay. Money it is. All about the money, money, money. That is a song from my youth. Get the stimulus. Oh, I wish. Oh. You know, I normally try to avoid talking politics on stream, but real quick, did you hear about Romney's new, Senator Mitt Romney's new Family Security Act, I think is what it's called? I don't know if you've heard about it. No? It's the latest in what I'm going to recall Romney's oddly leftist policies. It's like when he came out as one of the first senators to back the original stimulus check. Romney's an interesting guy when it comes to things that he backs. He always catches me off guard because again, he's a conservative Republican. But it's a bill. Like, this is a entirely written by Romney bill that basically what it would do is gets rid of the child tax credit, which is like about $1,000 a kid you get on your tax return. It would get rid of that. Instead, every single month you would get $350 for a kid under 5 or $250 for a kid above the age of 5 to help with the cost of childcare. It's a monthly universal basic income variation that he's trying to propose to the Senate. And like, I haven't looked into it a lot, but like the quick glance I've did is just me sitting there going, this is like leftist thing. Like, we've been arguing for like universal income to help with childcare for forever. Where did Romney come from on this? I don't know how to process it. Like, I feel like there's got to be a catch. I don't just I'm a parent. I have 2 kids. I would gladly take that extra $500 a month to help raise them. But like, what? Apparently the whole thing is that it would be cheaper than what it costs for them to do the tax credit, even though they're giving more money directly to the people. It's a whole budget thing. Like, it all comes down to the budgets. And Romney is pushing it as a way to encourage marriage and save family marriage, which I don't like the whole entire we're using this to help encourage traditional marriage angle because LGBT issues. But at the same time, I can't, like that would help out a lot of people I know, income-wise, regardless if he somehow thinks that that's going to preserve traditional marriage values. Like, I get where his logic is, which is if people can afford to have kids and be married, more people will probably get married and have kids, because a lot of people don't have kids because they can't afford them. So, like, he's not wrong, but it's a really weird reasoning to do something that's not a terrible idea. But at the same time, I'm like, what else are you going to, like, what strings are you attaching to this that we don't know of? Anyway, it was just caught me off guard. But again, Romney has had random policies that are, again, surprisingly leftist. Like, oh, got away with the fish. Like, he was one of the first senators to basically be like, hey, we need a stimulus check. He was very much on board with getting the stimulus passed. He voted to impeach Trump, which isn't a lot, but apparently that's the standard most Republicans failed at. Both times he voted to impeach. He's an odd one. He like lives by these something called morals, and I'm just not used to conservatives doing that. Conservative politicians. For sure. I don't know. All I know is he did so many of these things that there was an entire ad campaign to get him removed from office in Utah.
I should not be the supervisor here.
Because how dare they?
First.
Think about the children. They might get the ideas that taking care of people's good. We can't have that. We're gonna end the political rant because I'm too tired to stop this. I just still am like reeling from the shock of how to process the unexpected good policy thing coming from seemingly good. Again, there could be very well strings attached. I was just like, what? Anyway. Ooh.
Perfect fit.
Okay, so heavier hits that do more damage, that's fine. Gotta go with Sisyphus. And if we have we leveled him up all the way? He's one of the ones that we can't consistently find, so I try to give him nectar if I have it. Where is it? Aha! And he is maxed out. Okay.
Ahoy, what's new of late? Prince, you've been gone for quite a while. Why, I heard tell you made it all the way outside. And I believed it for a while there. Yet here you are. What happened, might I ask?
I made it out of here indeed, sir. I always said that I was leaving, but turns out there was good reason for me to come back. Not the least of which is visiting my friends from time to time.
Well, I am certainly delighted to hear that, so long as you achieved what you set out to do. But what brings you back again this way? More than a social visit, I presume.
You're right. I'm back because I'm leaving once again. Something I have to do if I get up there. Though I should be back before long either way, I guess.
Going to try and make it out of here again and again, is it? Well, they say repetition is the key to mastery, Prince said. Now here, I'll send you on your way.
Thank you, Sisyphus. You's a good friend. We're gonna get monies, though.
Makes sense to me.
A pleasure.
All about the monies, monies, monies. When was that song written? That's a question. How much did I just date myself by singing that? Who even sings that? I'm very bad at pop culture. Especially pop culture from my own generation. It's like I didn't pay attention to this crap.
Delicious.
Upgrade cast damage. That's not bad. It's pretty cheap too. And but I like the gems too. We're gonna grab both. Because I got lots of money right now, might as well. Oh, the shopper Aphrodite. I'm assuming that this is before we get to the boss. You've never heard of this pop culture. It's apparently something that the young ones do. It's where we get words I think they call it slang.
Took care of those for you, mate.
You know, I'm hip to the jive and all that kind of stuff. It's groovy. I got it. We need a heart.
I'll pay for that.
Do I need a key? Do I need a key for anything? I don't think I need a key. I'm pretty sure the key's useless. But we will grab what Ares has got for us. Oh. Yeah.
It's me or them.
I hear people talking about celebrities. Does sound sus. Who are these celebrities? Oh. Uh-oh.
Otis, you ready? My sisters and I, we've had a chance to talk and we have come to an agreement, Zagreus. As you can see.
Megara, Tis, you ready?
Murderer.
This is new.
3 against 1. Doesn't seem all that sporting now, does it?
We're each well past the need for any sport. We'll kill you, whatever it takes. Your knees, now. Sisters.
Okay. Okay, I don't know if I'm gonna survive through this, to be honest. This is new, and there's a lot going on. And I am not... It's a little bit overwhelming, because it's been too long since I've done these fights. And I keep standing on the dang trap. There's a healing item. I'm running. Is there any more pots? There's more pots. Uh-oh. I don't know what that darkness was, but I didn't like it. There we go. That's okay. I'm gonna beat the boss apparently, at least, which is great because then I'll get another blood. But I just didn't expect the I didn't expect the 3 of them. That was actually a really interesting fight. I really appreciate it. You don't understand people who worship. Oh, 100% with you there, Moth. They are not worth the time. And rich and famous people. That's my opinion. Like, can they give good advice? Absolutely. Just like anyone else. But there is nothing about them that makes their advice intrinsically better or makes them intrinsically worth more attention. I didn't mean to buy that. I just bought it. I don't know what it was. Than any other normal person. Oh, that's not bad. Yeah, there's nothing that they have that makes it, that makes them intentionally just, they're not. They're just normal people. And I think the worship of any person is incredibly dangerous. Like, I know a lot of people who worship famous historical figures, but when you praise historical figures as well, there's a good chance you're going to miss the... You gotta assess a person for everything, good and bad. And a lot of historical figures, even ones that did phenomenally good things, have bad sides that need to be measured with a grain of salt. Like, which one was I thinking of? Gandhi's a really great example of this.
What do we have here?
Like, Mahatma Gandhi, phenomenal example of peaceful protest, non-reactionary, whatever you want to use for it. He kind of wrote the book on it, and he created an entire movement against colonial England that was absolutely phenomenal. And we need to understand that these are good things. But at the same time, if you read some of his earlier work, back when he was a lawyer, he was tremendously racist. And there are other things that he did, particularly involving his practices, that he considered to be like spiritual building, that were a bit... like laying down naked with a bunch of underage girls, and that was his way to prove that he was pure and innocent. And I'm like, that is just not really okay. Like, no, Gandhi. Bad. But the terrible things he did do not outweigh the good ideas he had about peaceful protest and getting India free out of imperialistic England. Like, those are good. The other stuff, bad. And you gotta, like, this is why you can't idolize someone. It's because if you idolize them, you're basically saying everything they did was great. And you can often lump in a lot of bad with that. You only stand a celebrity if they pay $50,000 a day. I don't know if I would go that cheap. There are some celebrities who seem like genuinely nice people. And you can usually tell who they are because they're the kind that don't act like celebrities. Do I need gems or darkness? I need gems. worship of celebrities is always dangerous. The ones that I really can't stand are celebrities who are famous for no reason. Cupcake gave fans money so they can go to college and afford food. That's respectable. Yeah, that is respectable.
Surprise. No, you don't.
Yeah, 100%. I don't know who Cupcake is. I'm gonna assume that that's like a singer. But
Place is crawling with these.
yeah, with a name like Cupcake, I could pretty much assume that they were a singer. There's other ones too, like I don't know if they've done a lot of good per se, but they're usually like if they're not too well known of a person and they just kind of like live their life kind of quietly.
That's a relief.
I think like Keanu Reeves comes to mind, where I haven't heard. I mean, again, with a grain of salt, I've at least never heard anything about Keanu Reeves.
Let's see.
He seems to be like someone who would be decent. You know, he's not using his fame to horrific advantage for anything. Or people who use their status to promote good causes, which is always done with a grain of salt, because there's a difference between promoting a good cause and PR. Most of the time it's PR. But there are people who take stances that are controversial, that are not good for their image and brand, that I respect. None immediately come to mind, but I'm sure, I know I've read about them in the past where it's like, oh, I did not expect that person to take that policy. Yeah. Ares or Aphrodite? We don't have any Aphrodite boons right now. What does Aphrodite give us? Lots of weak. Maybe charm. We'll go with Aphrodite. Yeah. Try. Oh, actually, if I could have gotten the ultimate. We've already picked Aphrodite, so it's too late, but.
This isn't good.
You don't like how channel points are rounded up? Oh yeah, so you're not quite sure what you have? Yeah, it annoys me too. I've been there so many times watching a channel where it's like, but I just want this thing. And it says I have enough, and then you look at it and you're like, no, I don't have enough.
In your heart, dearest. Oh, I can always tell. A certain kind of love for family? Yes, that must be it, I think. What could have transpired with you,
Okay. Special. Oh, special's not too bad. But Wave of Despair is better. Have I romanced anyone? No. Is that like what the other thing is? I don't think I've romanced anyone. Have I romanced someone? I don't think I have access to it yet. Yes, apparently I definitely have favorites, Dionysus. Yeah. Does not appear to have romanced anyone. One dead. We got Morse. I'm assuming that that's what the next step is. Oh, who would I romance, though? So I always have this dilemma in games where, like, romancing is an option. Where it's like, I don't want to romance someone that I feel like would have, like... how do I explain this? Oftentimes, they have characters, like, inter-NPC story arcs, where it's like, I like this person, but they're a much better fit for, like, this NPC, given the in-game story. You can only romance 3 people at once, or you can only, like, there's only 3 people that you can romance. Do some Meg and Thanatos. You only have 3 options. So the obvious answer to that one's Thanatos. Because I have read the dialogue, and there is definitely tension there. Oh, is Meg family? Thanatos is certainly not family, because his mom is your adoptive mother. Like, none of them, Dusa and Meg aren't family. Oh, I got it. Those 3, because the rest are family. Got it. We having a slow week. It's just a slow week. Double boom. Is it double? Oop. Is it chill? That one hit different. We're good. I mean, out of the 3, I'd say Thanatos. There's definitely the most romantic tension with Thanatos. There's actually a good bit with Meg too. But I can't, like, Thanatos. But Deuce is cute. Those are all 3 good options. Yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards Dusa too. Cause this is gonna be an ace comment here. Both Thanatos and Meg seem like people who would be bad for an ace in a relationship, while keeping the channel family friendly. But Dusa seems like a really great person to, like, kick back and chill on a couch and watch some movies with a good cuddle blanket. Choices.
I won't forget this.
Also, while we're on the topic of the rest being family, that did not stop the Greeks, and that should be addressed because Greek history is really weird. Granted, all of European royal family. Like, this is the other thing about, like, royals. Like, people are, like, so proud to have royal ancestry. There's a couple things here. We're gonna count this as a free random fact, because I might have already done this one before. Couple things. One, royal families didn't have Christmas trees for family trees. They had Christmas wreaths, if you get what I'm saying. Anyway, outside of that, everyone's related to a royal person. Every single person of white descent is related to Charlemagne. All of us are. Like, if you're like, wow, I come from European royal lineage, congratulations. So does every other European. It's the law of genetics. Every time you go back a generation, it doubles, right? You had 2 parents, who each had 2 parents, who each had 2 parents. It doubles, which means you go back a few generations, and suddenly you are dealing with more grandparents than there were people that lived on the earth at the time. Because you're related to everyone in that geographical area. Because, like, realistically, not trying to make this weird, arguably speaking, genetically, from about the point that I would say, like, at a minimum, third cousin removed type deal, is like where genetic information starts to really split. But we're talking about, like, they're going to be like your 14th cousin. You know what I mean? Like, if you're going back and you're looking at your family tree and you're in Europe, there's just going to be a point in Europe where basically everyone alive at the time is either your ancestor or has no living descendants. And that's just a point that happens. And that point is closer than you'd think. It is before Charlemagne, for Europeans. So I think it's like it happens if you go back. I've watched a video on it forever ago, but like if you go back to like it's like I think it's like 500-600 years. You're basically related to everyone in Europe at that point. This applies to anything. Like if you're in China, insert whatever Chinese noble person was here. If you're in the Middle East, like wherever you geographically were, you're related to everyone who has ancestry in that geographical location. Just because of how it works, the farther you go back, eventually you're going to hit a point where there's just not enough people and everyone's going to have overlap. You're welcome. Like, I'm really big into genealogy, which is like studying my own family history, and because of this, I think me and my wife are 14th cousins, which is pretty common for most married people. Basically, if you go back to like basically we have common family like 300 years ago. So I think it breaks down to. There's like 14 generations gap, meaning genetically completely dissimilar, but we're both white. We both are going to be caught up within that thing where most people are going to be about 14th to 16th cousins, sometimes even closer, without even knowing it, just because of the way ancestry works. It's like, I think it was back, it'd be like back 14 generations. That's why it's like 14th cousin, which is a lot if you think about it, but at the same time it's weird to think about. Anyway, but yeah, that's what that is. It's also why I know a lot about my family. I study genealogy. I know a lot about my family history. Something that I like to take a little bit of pride on. Just because in Utah it made me unique. What is it? Yes, that one. I started this.
Be waged here no matter what, my kin. But even still, I am dismayed you would have sided against me.
Before I get into the next thing, so I was saying something and I got distracted. In Utah, and like this is just like a little history lesson here. The LDS Church, which is probably one of the bigger settlers of Utah, basically because they came from New York and then into like, I think it was Illinois, Missouri area, Midwest, and then they moved to Utah because of persecution. So they did their whole little state thing, settled in Utah, did standard white people stuff, taking over land stuff that we all do. Pioneers is what they were called. Pioneers spread out, settled the state. So like everyone in Utah has pioneer ancestry. My wife has pioneer ancestry, and it's like, you know, like as long as you're like critical of bad things that happen with white people taking it over, it's okay to be like, yeah, that's kind of cool. You know, your family left everything and fled persecution across America. But my wife takes a lot of pride because they actually fled to what was at the time Mexico. They actually fled the States, but then America snatched it up. But so yeah, your family fled persecution and problematic things. Like my wife's proud of that, and she's fine to be proud of her ancestry, her pioneer ancestry. Because it's interesting stories, and they got interesting stories, and that's okay. I, however, have none. None whatsoever. And no one in Utah would believe me. They're like, but you're in Utah and you're a white person, so where's your pioneer ancestry? Here's the thing. My nana and granddad are from England. So right then and there, they moved here in like the 70s. So no American ancestry there. And then on my mom's side, my grandpa's parents or grandparents, I can never figure out which one, were from Poland. They fled Poland right around between World War I and World War II. They fled Poland for very obvious reasons. Polish. It's another thing knocked out of the way. And then we have my grandma's line. My grandma's line, her mom was Rosario Venticinque from Sicily. They were barbers in LA. They moved here because American dream, right around the time of like turn of the 19th century, well after the pioneers went to Utah, that one's crossed out. And then we have the lineage, which actually was in America at the time. They came over and settled in Massachusetts and did the whole entire, white person settling land issue. There's that one. Yeah. And that one, but that one, like, it stayed on the East Coast. And then eventually made it down south. But I'm always, like, conflicted. Because they were in... I have this thing where it's like, do I have family that was on the wrong side of the Civil War? Yes, I am calling it the wrong side of the Civil War. It was pro-slavery. Confederacy was the wrong side. I'm sorry. Get rid of your treason flags. Get over yourself. Anyway, do I have family that were on that side of the war? They were in Tennessee at the time. They were in the part of Tennessee that might have been more Union side, and it's a little bit hard to tell. But then the other thing is, at that exact same time period, my specific ancestor married a Native American. And it's like, does that mean he was like on the opposite end of it because he was married to a Native American at the time of like the Civil War? Does that mean that there was going to be like conflict? But then I don't know. I have no idea. And also, I know I have a Native American ancestor. I do not claim to be Native American because that was well and truly generations ago. And very well and truly overridden by the amount of European I have. We did genetic testing, and my grandma might have enough to qualify. Like, just barely, like, at the farthest gap in distance of when someone could still qualify according to the problematic blood quantums. Which is a whole nother issue. But my mom literally does not test it whatsoever. Like, there are 0 genetic markers on my mom of her having Native American. Like, went to my grandma, and 100% stopped by then. Although DNA testing is obviously variable and far from perfect. Hello, Cuddly. I did do the posture check for you. Sorry I was on a random rant about genealogy. It's like one of my random little pastime hobbies. How are you doing tonight? Came in at a weird point of my rant there. Oh, random fact. I do have a random fact on my mind, but it's a bit of an intense one. Same, I have way more Norwegian in myself. DNA testing is very variable. You have Native American in me, myself, but I would never claim to be, especially since I wasn't raised in culture. Exactly. Like, that's the thing. I view it as a really cool fact. Like, I am very, very proud that I have, if I trace my ancestry back, super cool. I'm super proud that I have that little portion of some variety in me, but I'm not going to claim that because it's not my culture. It's some of my ancestors' culture, but it's not my culture. My culture, if I want to claim culture, this is actually like tangentially related, and then we will get to your random fact, Moth. This is something that I actually tell people, and this is something that I've seen before. It's one of those things where this is again random tension. The reason you cannot be proud to be white is because white is not a culture. And this is something I think a lot of people don't realize. Like, I'm not proud to be white. I am proud to be Polish, English, Italian. I'm kind of proud of that culture. I want to teach my kids that culture and that ancestry because that is my ancestry and my culture. That's how I was raised. I want to teach that to my kids. It's something precious to me. However, the reason you can have black pride and be proud to be black is because they don't have that luxury. They were taken from Africa with zero care from where they came from, forced into slavery, and brought here. Their culture is that their culture was taken from them. That is why they can have black pride, because that is their culture. They can be proud of that. We cannot be proud to be white, because that's not our culture. Our culture is Polish, English, French, German, whatever country we came from. That's our culture. And we can be proud of that and respect it. But that's the thing. That is our culture. They don't have that luxury. Because it was taken from them by our ancestors, and we should also own up to that fact. Anyway. That's my side little rant there. Random fact, Moth. The random fact of the day, which is something that this is something that I was just reading about, and it fascinates me because I love chemistry and radiochemistry and physics, is about lab safety. Have you heard of the Demon Core? Moth in particular, but you too, Cuddly, because you're here.
Kill or be killed.
The Demon Core. The plutonium core called the Demon Core from the 1940s? No? Okay. This is not a commonly known, this is like a historical fact of why lab safety is important and why people are dumb. The Demon Core got its name because basically, back in World War II, when we were building the atomic bombs, we built 3 cores. 2 that were used in bombs, 1 that was not because Japan surrendered before we could. I'm not going to get into whether or not nuclear bombs were a good idea. I personally disagree with the fact that we bombed them. I'm not going to get into it. I'm just going to say I personally disagree with it. That's a rant for another day. But the 3rd one wasn't used, and we kept it for experimentation. Cold War. We need to know how to murder a lot of people very quickly. Well, this core was used for a lot of experiments, basically to see how we could get it to supercritical. It got its name. The first incident is a little bit more along the lines of bad luck. This man, basically they had the core sitting on a table, and it was stable, and basically what they would do is they would take tungsten bricks and put it next to the plutonium core to kind of reflect the radiation back into it to see how close to critical or supercritical that they could get it, and to kind of measure and experiment to see what's going on. And one day this guy was sitting there, he was sitting tungsten brick after tungsten brick. He was in the lab by himself, which he probably shouldn't have been, but he dropped a tungsten brick and it hit the core, sitting on the core, causing it to go supercritical. He was able to quickly get the brick off, but within the matter of seconds that it was in the core, he died 25 days later from radiation poisoning. because radiation is just absolutely no joke. And there was one other person there who was a security guard on the other end of the building, other end of the room, not the building, the other end of the room, like 20 feet away, who also got hit, but much less. And they died, I think, like 22 years later, due to cancer that was traced directly back to this incident. Again, 22 years later, so a very, very slow incident for them. But that was the first incident with the Demon Core. The second incident is where the random fact more is in terms of why lab safety is important. After the incident with the bricks, they stopped using the bricks. Because if you drop the brick on it, we're going to have round 2. So for safety procedures, they had 2 halves of, I believe it was a beryllium core. Basically, they put it on, and it was fine as long as they didn't close. If it fully closed, it was game over. It would go supercritical. They knew this. So because of this, for safety reasons, they had shims that they could put to keep it from ever reaching that point. They could test safely, it wouldn't ever close, and it would be fine. The head scientist decided that he didn't need to follow safety procedures. And instead of using the shims, he would use a standard flathead screwdriver wedged between them that he could turn to get increase and decrease the gap to kind of see what the radiation output was in his controlled way. Well, he's working on it one day. He's been doing this for years. They used to always he called it tickling the dragon's tail, because if you messed up, you were dead. Spoilers, the screwdriver slipped, fell on its side, the ball of the sphere closed. A blinding blue flash went out throughout the room, and in less than a second, he used the screwdriver to flip it off. He died 9 days later from radiation poisoning because he didn't follow lab safety protocols. And fortunately, everyone else in the room was relatively safe because he was right in front of it and basically took the full blunt of the blast of radiation. But it got its name, the nickname, the Demon Core, and because America realized scientists could not be trusted to do things safely, at that point in time, all direct access testing was banned, and they had to use automated machine equipment from that point on. So there you go. That's a random historical fact about the Demon Core. And why following lab safety is important, no matter how smart you think you are. Because no matter how smart you are, you can still make a mistake, and it can be a very bad one for you. I don't know why that's the random fact that I wanted to share today. It's just been on my mind. I just think it's because it's like peak 1940s stupid science. Like, we just had this entire trend in the 40s where it was like, how do we take this relatively benign
I'll take this one.
thing and 100% violence, thank you, 100% test it in the worst way possible. And that's like most of yeah, it's like most of the science that we did in the 40s and 50s. Anyway, bit of an odd random fact. If I can think of another one, I might give it to you as well.
From now on, right?
I don't know if it quite holds up to my normal random fact standards.
As a no, not at all. Thank you for asking, friend.
It's just the one that was on the mind. What other random facts do I have?
Here come the heads.
I mean, there's lava everywhere. Okay. Oh, here's a random fact. This is a random fact that is thanks to John Green. As ice, so ice. This is the random fact. Ice is frozen water. In other words, it is a molecule, a terrestrial molecule in a solid state. Because of this, by the definition of it, ice is in fact a rock. But because ice is a rock, technically speaking, water is lava. Because all ice is a mineral substance in a crystallized form. So it is by definition a rock. And then because lava is basically any kind of rock that has been melted, water's lava. Spicy drink, exactly. And you are a lava monster. As you are mostly made of water, and water is lava, you are a lava monster. Oh, I want the fishing thing. I shouldn't have grabbed the fishing thing, because it's not helpful. But I want the fishing thing. Because I missed the last one. I'm totally gonna get... If I make it to them, I don't think I'm gonna make it past Theseus and Thirstius. Thirstius. No, that's not their names. Their names are 100% not Theseus and Thirstius.
Sure, why not?
Too late. Yep. I have failed both of those that I bought. Oh, we need a hammer. Dedelius is hammer.
More strongbows?
Oh. Why do you say more? There has literally not been any. You're like, oh, more of them. Like you haven't fought any yet today. I mean, I guess maybe like in the broad sense.
More coming.
Was that it? Okay, that wasn't too bad.
That feels better.
Grab that one as well, mostly because of the fated choice. Oh, up to 100. I mostly want it for the healing, so we're gonna do it for the healing.
How bad could it be?
You shall pay for that.
Are we just gonna have like all of the bombs? Spicy drink.
All mine.
There's like a little bit of a health boost. I don't think I took more damage than I did. My lisp is trying to come out in full swing tonight, guys. Why did I take the damage from that time? Love how algae caused mass extinction. Did it cause that mass? Is there one of the mass extinctions that was caused by algae? Like, I'm 100% not surprised. Like, if that's the case, algae is like basically that's what it's good at. Ooh, that's pretty good. But that's better.
Got some zest.
Got some zest. I'm gonna go for another pomegranate because we have no money. The great wrong word. Great oxidation. Oxygenation. I mean, yeah, technically. Also, common misconception, oxygen is not itself flammable. What oxygen is very good at making other things that are already flammable, really flammable. Even some things that aren't really flammable to flammable. It's not itself flammable, it makes things flammable.
The power of the gods. Juicy.
Oh, I should have done the other one. That's okay.
Lots of coin there.
Speaking of which, not that anyone here probably deals with liquid oxygen on a regular basis, but if you are ever dealing with liquid oxygen, which is actually not terribly hard to make, you'd be very, very concerned at the amount of chemicals that are very easy to get that people shouldn't have access to. Anyway, air's liquid, we were too big to notice. Yes, actually. Arguably at least, yeah. I mean, as far as fluid dynamics are concerned, I'd say that there's probably a little bit of a difference between like a liquid and a gas. But in terms of how air works, it works very much with fluid dynamics. Physics-wise, I would consider it a liquid. Chemistry-wise, there's a slight difference. Yeah. But if you condense, so you take liquid oxygen, and if you're ever playing with liquid oxygen, do not play with it in carpeted areas. You pour liquid oxygen on your carpet, you just made a bomb. You've just made highly flammable fibers that can be set off with a spark. Like static electricity, but boom, your floor's on fire. It ain't going to be like a big boom, but it's going to be a lot of fire, and it's going to be very hot fire very quickly. Liquid oxygen makes things very, very flammable. Be very, very careful. And I'm not going to tell you how to make it on stream, because I'm pretty sure I could get in trouble for that. But let's just say you can get a hold of a lot of chemicals if you Google things, and don't be stupid if you Google things. They did do surgery on a grape. And it's actually a very common way to practice stitching. In fact, everyone should know how to suture a wound in an emergency. If you don't know how to, I highly recommend getting yourself a grape and doing some practice. Never know when one day it might save your life. Meter isn't as good as money.
More strongbows. What's rearming? Look who.
I'm also a big proponent. It is well and worth your time to learn basic first aid. I don't care who you are, basic first aid can be incredibly valuable, underappreciated skill to learn.
Nothing left here.
You don't have to learn anything fancy. Like, look online, basic first aids, know how to clean a wound, know how to suture, know how to properly apply a bandage sanitarily. That's probably not the quite right word. And know, like, burn treatment, like, just like do like a little first aid course online. There's lots of videos on it. I highly recommend it for anyone. Comes in handy more often than I would like to admit in my life. I think that's just because I have a weird sense of luck. But yeah, I highly recommend it for everyone.
Thanatos.
In the name of Hades. Remember, not a word of this to anyone. Let's go. And here they come.
And here they fall. More of you, huh? Damn it, won't come back.
Stop attacking the ones that I'm going after, you jerk.
All right.
What happened getting here, boss? Let me guess, you got ripped, burned, beat up with spectral clubs? Something like that?
Okay, what do you got for me? That doesn't help.
You're reckless, but you're quick.
Okay, what I really need
Should be clear.
is the friend. Which I'm not gonna get friend. It's gonna go through here. There's been a lot of chaos gates this time around. I'm gonna die again. I'm doing better than I thought I would, but I do not think I'm gonna beat the... What's their names?
That's better.
I'm just not getting quite the room pull I need. Gems or darkness? Go with gems, because we've been not getting enough gems lately. There it is, another death defied.
Last chance.
I'm gonna die because I am stuck between a rock and a hard place there. Oh, I didn't though. We got that at least. What do you got for me?
Have to keep going.
I need the money. I mean, not the money, the health. Okay. Anything else I can use in here to survive a little longer? Maybe. Doesn't look like it there. Oh, it might have just pulled this through for us.
So then I'll just keep waiting here, I guess. No time to lose. But anyway,
We're gonna give him a gift because we don't see this guy. He's a
why
little bit
would
harder
you
to find.
waste a proper vintage on the likes of me? Questions that are better left unanswered, I would guess.
If this eases your burden even for a little while, then it's in good hands as far as I'm concerned.
Patroclus, gotta tell you that your lover boy's alive.
Something the matter there, stranger? Or have you come to torment me some more with idle chat?
You know Achilles, don't you, sir? You're Patroclus. Achilles serves us at my home. He trained me. He sends you his regards and love. He says to tell you he is thinking of you always.
I love it. I love that it's like actually canonical too. Like that's like canonical, like isn't actually in Greek mythology.
That name. So then you've seen him, have you? In your father's house? And want me to believe he said all that? You'll forgive me if I am a little skeptical. In life, I left Achilles, and in death, he left me. We're even. And we've nothing left to say to one another now.
Oh, but Patroclus, get over yourself.
But that can't possibly be true. There must be some misunderstanding here. You haven't spoken since you died?
We haven't, no. And I don't think we shall. But you can humor him for me, I guess. Tell him I'm doing perfectly all right, won't you?
Yeah. Replenishes all use of Death Defiance. That is, like, literally exactly what we needed. We might be able to pull this off after all. I need... There's a food item.
Must have slept.
Okay, let's see. We're gonna buy the food. We're gonna get an extra heart. Because of something. Oh, that's actually really good. That's not. So we are gonna go with Ravenous Will. Okay. I don't know if we're going to be able to do this. Grape surgery videos are also always really cool.
Few others in Elysium are so unwise to take up arms against Asterius and myself. Monster, you have no bearing and no grace or courage.
Okay.
To all who came to see us fight, thank you. Demon, we shall thwart
Oh,
your
there's a Death Defied one.
Elysium.
Minotaur's down. Okay.
Now for the other one.
Hold you, monster.
see us?
Now your spirit must be quivering inside. Swear I'll get you yet.
Who are we going for? Oh, Dionysus. Got him. There we go. I honestly did not expect to make it this far in Heat 1.
That'll do.
Like, I'll take it. I will certainly take it.
I'll just help myself.
Does mean that I do not think we're going to have enough oomph to beat Hades. If I'm being entirely honest. But we are doing much better than I thought we would. We're going to grab that. And because we've now maxed this out at some point...
Which one?
We're going to go for that.
Go with that one.
Which is an extra life, actually. So, that actually worked out pretty well to swap that out one for now.
Done. Just got to get through Cerberus up there. That's a lot of coin.
I'm so glad that this game doesn't make you fight Cerberus. I would have rebelled.
Something I can use.
Maybe. We'll see what we got over here.
All these
See,
tunnels.
Athena's the one that's like guaranteed to give us the extra
Hello.
yeah, I forget what it's called. Athena's the one that's going to give us the extra, like, Death Defiance, but because Athena's not here, I don't know if anyone else does. Like, I think maybe, like, Artemis does, but the only one I know of is Athena. And we don't have her this run. So, oh well, it is what it is. Oh, there was a gold urn. I missed a gold urn. those. That should take care of it for me as long as... Got it. Perfect. Extra health's always good. Oh, extra health's always good. How do I get back out? Oh, it's right here.
Enough of this place.
Okay. Where to next do we go? His eyes, they closed, and his last breath spoke. It seemed to be seen. That's a song that gets stuck in my head a lot. I could have really used an Athena this run. That's okay. We don't always get what we want.
There it is already. Just the foul sack I need.
Well, if it isn't Malphon, the twin fists bound to your very capable hands. So many weapons are so indirect, I think. With Malphon, you are about as close to the destruction as can be.
Yes. We need the call.
This means war.
Okay. We might actually... The Impervious Blade Rift might be exactly what we need to get the call taken care of.
Check the other passageways before I go.
Yeah, let's see what Artemis has got for us. This is going to be a harder one. Bum bum bum.
No thanks.
6? Yep, perfect.
Why not?
That was the one I needed. I don't know what that's gonna give me. We're gonna do it. Not bad. Not bad at all.
Five-second rule. That was 5 seconds, right?
Oh, I've done that too many times.
Another one of those especially gigantic vermin.
Oh, that stood right on the max blade. Oh.
Better.
Got one. Perfect.
In the name of Hades.
Oh, what do we got here? Critical effects deal more damage. Critical effects deal more damage to armor. We need that.
Should be able to get back through here.
Excuse me.
One Satyr Act coming right up.
I'm gonna grab the pomegranate next, and then we'll wrap up with the coins. Which are the cheats. I need... We get another Karen as well, that would actually be great. Okay. That was a bit chaotic, but what do we can do here? Doom damage with better is great. Yeah, we're gonna do that.
Sharpen my senses.
Okay. And then last, Kayron's coins. Unlocking's good. So this should be a little easier one, according to their own. According to their own little system, at least. All the money, hopefully. Okay, probably gonna be this last room.
Satyrs.
Yep, I hate this one. Exactly what I need. More of them.
Nice.
Okay, we didn't die at least. Let's see what we can get at the store now.
Got this delicious sack of meal for you, boy.
Okay. We're gonna grab that,
Pleasure doing business.
and we're gonna grab Ares. What do you got here? We're gonna have to go with the dash. That's going to wrap up the dash spot. Do we go for pomegranate to boost something? We got 5. Let's go for her. We can get the pomegranate either way, right? Because that's 750. That's 800. So either way, but we can only get one of the boosts. Let's grab the pomegranate first.
Strength.
Increased chance to be critical damage will help most. Ooh, you still there, Moth? Yep. Demeters or Hermes? Boon-wise, they both have good chances for buffs. But neither of them are really necessarily going to have the one that I need. Demeter? Okay.
Should come in useful.
My message comes to you by riverboat this time, young Zagreus. At least that Charon is amenable to our attempts to contact you.
Oh. Not bad. 60 isn't a lot, but the cast fires lasting longer actually is. Because it's more damage.
Fang-bearing Cerberus directs all 3 of its attentions toward the satyr sack.
Thanks, boy.
Okay. And now we're gonna see if we can beat Hades again. On Heat 1 with these fists. I think it's funny that the fists, which are like my least favorite weapon, are one of the ones I'm apparently best with.
You're never late, Father.
You were never supposed to live. Took all of Nyx's strength to circumvent what should have been a certainty. Now you cannot stay dead. Such is the wry humor of the fates.
Nyx saved me, so according to the fates, I was never meant to be born, since neither you nor Mother are of the underworld, something like that? Or was it just another lie you told to Mother and whoever else?
You think everything a lie. The realm beneath our feet was appointed to me on certain conditions, not that I had much of a choice. Among them, a one-time surface dweller such as I would never have an heir.
You really believe that? Then why attempt to have a child anyway?
You don't know anything. Why anyone would choose to have a child is a mystery to me. The fates said I would never have an heir. Perhaps this was all they meant. You see, darkness.
So one of our Death Defiance is up. About what I expected, to be honest.
I think not. You dare attempt to vanquish me again? Darkness. Now I'm angry.
Seriously, Hades?
Someone's rearming.
Darkness.
Oh, I'm hit.
All
We
right
got
then, boy.
one
You've
life
stirred
left.
my anger suitably by now.
I don't know if we're going to be able to do this, but we're going to give it our best shot. Oh, I forgot that I had a dodge that.
I'll tolerate no more of this from you.
Ah, dang it.
My Skelly's lucky too.
Kick and scream all you like.
Come on, go.
I have something for you.
Oh, where'd that come from? No. No. Oh, I got stuck on a corner.
Supposing I shall see you
That
here
was
again
that was bad luck. I was dashing, but my character was stuck on the corner. I'm like, why am I not moving? Ah, it's okay. We got much further than I thought for our first time doing a heat run. To get all the way to Hades, I feel pretty good. Okay. Okay.
Your Highness.
I'm gonna give a gift, another gift to him.
What do you need exactly?
Or actually, let's see if we can give one to Dusa.
What news this time, lad? Did you find your mother once again?
No, I failed, sir. No thanks to father. What am I going to do?
Just take it easy now. You got there once. There isn't any question in my mind that you can do it once again. Your father's acting as though nothing's changed besides. So don't lose hope. You're capable of this.
I hope you're right.
Okay.
Say, Orpheus, Eurydice told me your songs, some of them came from her. She seems quite brilliant. You choose your muse as well.
I owe my everything to my Eurydice. She authored many of my songs indeed, and she inspired many, many more. Whilst living, we collaborated frequently, you see.
But weren't you the famous one? I don't understand why she doesn't share your renown.
It is but one of life's injustices, I fear. I always sang her praises every chance I had, and she asserted herself splendidly. Yet even still, our listeners believed our songs, they came from me. What else could I have done?
I don't exactly know the ways of mortals, mate, but I'm pleased to hear you always giving credit where it's due.
I know no other way, my friend.
What do we got here? Yes, we need that.
Approved. Wouldn't mind an extra helping of gemstones while I'm ransacking out there.
Absolutely need that. We have enough gems to get something? No, it's just letting us know. That's okay.
Nyx, you saved my life. Gave me life when I was born. Father told me. I don't know what to say. Why didn't you tell me?
There are many things that I am not at liberty to speak of, child, through my own binding choice. These circumstances are among them. Suffice it to say that your revival required the extent of my ability and considerable time.
I never should have been born. Is that what the Fates wanted? Did you defy your own daughters?
Silence. Tempt not my daughters thus.
Thank the for me.
Tempt not my daughters thus. That is like the most chilled anger I've ever heard.
What do you think of all the lounge decor there, Meg? Looking a little better these days, wouldn't you say?
You know, it isn't bad. Though I have heard the strangest thing. That you're responsible for all of this. I couldn't understand why you would even bother, honestly.
Well, it's a popular locale for off-duty underworld officers to take a load off between shifts, and so I figure least I could do is pitch in and make the place a little better than I left it, right?
How very selfless of you, Zagreus. Soon, doubtless, it'll be your portrait hanging on that wall back there.
Oh, now, let's not get ahead of ourselves, Meg.
It's best boy.
Look who's officially the best boy.
Hey! We're gonna give a nectar to Dusa.
Here's the catch of the day. Or night.
Because I didn't get anything else.
Oh my. Your Highness, are you really sure you want me to have this?
I really am, Dusa. I hope you enjoy it.
Here we go. Yay. Hi, broker. I don't know if I have anything I need chthonic keys for still. I might have this. Yeah, it's used to refresh. Oh. Yeah, put those there.
Alright, I'm ready. That many tries so far? I'm wide awake.
See, it's 3:20.
Okay.
I should probably go to bed. However, I'm gonna do one more run. Because I like this game.
Tartarus. Or night. I have no idea. Should help me gain more darkness.
Time to give that thing some work, I guess.
Okay, power shot.
Coronact. Is this what you
I mean, we're not using the shield. But, yep.
I see everything about you now.
I'm getting all of these to max level first, so. Now that's to max level. What do we have? This one's not going to be Heat 1, because I still have Elysium and Styx to beat with it.
I'm ready.
You wish to feel the breeze against your skin? Perhaps the coolness of the seas? You shall writhe from such sensations, I assure you.
Does seem that way.
Oh, Aphrodite. Strong start.
Oh, dearest, I suspect we'll have ourselves a most exciting time together, you and I. Just do your best and it'll all be fine.
98% attack damage. We're gonna have to take that.
No love without pain.
The bow's kind of good. We're gonna see. I usually.
Right there.
I feel like Cupid. We're gonna go with the hammer. Because I got like the whole like love arrow thing going on right now.
This spell could use a little fine-tuning. The deadliest bow of all.
We haven't used the bow a lot, to be honest. I'm gonna go with darkness because keys are kind of useless. coins.
Excellent.
Coins are nice. What is it? Now to start with 75 health. That's what we got it to. Okay, we're gonna need a key next, which again doesn't help me, but keys are good.
Back to dust.
There we go.
I'll just keep this on me.
Okay, runs coin. It's my only option. I'm not getting a lot of like options. It's kind of being linear run. That's okay. I mean, money's money. What did I update? Oh, the bow. Cause yeah. Nope, none of those help me.
Let me see.
Oh, Aphrodite or Demeter. Demeter. Oh, the ice. Okay, the ice cast is pretty good. But Aphrodite's charm, God Call, can be really good too. I think we're gonna go with Demeter.
You lads again, huh? Anyone else?
Someday you'll gain the surface, Zagreus, and you shall see firsthand what mortal kind has wrought. You'll find it has some commonality with your domain.
We're gonna go for that.
Ice cold.
Because basically that creates chill, creates getting away button.
I see you there.
Father.
Utterly incompetent.
Got it. Oh, fountain room. I'm not gonna say no to a fountain room. And this is probably the room before the boss fight. Nope, was not. Okay. Well, we will grab.
Thank you, mate.
Well, nephew,
just
know
saying.
that salty Charon can be difficult, but I'm certain that whatever price you paid, you got a deal.
Okay.
Power of Olympus.
Bonus damage to attack. And extra health. Extra health is always good.
Louds. Phew.
Go. And we'll grab darkness.
Want it again?
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Back to the lowest depths with them.
Darkness is great.
Darkness.
Okay. Oh, this is exactly what I need. That.
Should come in useful.
Yes. Ah, it's literally what I needed. No money's in here, so we'll save the rest of it. But deflect dash is fantastic.
Ugh, I almost want to thank you, Zagreus. I thought you'd never change that blasted pact and leave me here in peace.
What, you mean you aren't lonelier without Electo's or Tisiphoni's companionship? They seem so wonderful to have around.
They're tolerable each to some extent. About as much as I can say for you. Now let's the two of us begin.
There we go. Bo's actually turning out pretty good.
Yes. Got it.
I'm gonna be honest, that at point blank, if all three of them hit, is actually really dangerous. So. Really dangerous, but so that's pretty good. That's what I was trying to say.
Nowhere to go but up.
Apparently, you're beating the Hydra with the bow, which kind of surprises me. Because we haven't used the bow a lot. Let's see what Hermes is gonna give us. Whoa, got like chain stomped there. Okay, I gotta watch those guys.
Heard that you finally got out of there, cuz. Big congratulations to you for that. Congrats. The secret's safe with me, of course. The others here, they think you're still at it. Though, I guess you are.
Move faster. Dashing more times in a row is great. We're gonna go with that. Like, move speed's always great, but we really do need the dash.
Hades kid. Hey, mighty generous of you to keep me stocked up on this stuff, Your Royal Majesty.
My pleasure. I'm always pleased to see you during my otherwise generally unfortunate travels in Asphodel. Look, Eurydice, I promise not to bother you with this each time, but you should know your husband's shattered by what happened with the two of you. He's genuinely sorry, and he loves you very deeply still, I'm sure of it.
What am I supposed to do with that, Your Royal Majesty?
I don't know yet. Though you know what? You shouldn't take my word for it. You should take his.
Don't think I'll be running into him anytime soon, from what I understand. But you're the Hades kid. You want to pull some strings on our behalf? Go right ahead, I guess. But I won't hold my breath. Even if I could.
Okay, we're getting some progress.
Freshly made.
Ooh, that's good.
Oh, three dashes. That's actually really good. That's a lot of dashes I can do in a row.
What now?
We find the person who's hiding from us. There you are.
More coming. Good enough to eat.
Pomegranate.
Zesty.
Keep leveling up damage, I guess. We want more Athena. Always more Athena. So we want all the deflect.
These witches again. Witchcraft.
You arrived sooner
I didn't
than
do that
expected,
smart.
cousin,
That's
and
chaos.
my estimations seldom are inaccurate. All for the best, of course. Perhaps you're simply faster than I thought.
So many questions. I think that's the one we're gonna go for, though. Apparently, we're just gonna really be getting all the Athena
Get me out of here.
boons, though. I mean, I'll take her call if we can get her call.
It's him.
Oh, Thanatos. Thanatos.
So how about we get this business?
How do you today?
Must be the last of them. Lady Athena.
Situation is under control.
Yeah, we'll do resist damage from traps, because I keep falling into those. It's like a very minor one, but...
I'm going.
Goodbye, Thanatos. What do we have here? Darkness wins, because we need the little bit of health that will give us.
Thank the gods.
Okay. I'm getting pretty close to the Hydra, I bet. So we're gonna go to Karen's shop. Don't have much. Yeah, but the Hydra is next, so... Sorry, Karen.
I can use this.
We're gonna have to go with Ocean's Bounty. Because I'm not getting rid of the Divine Dash.
Power
Okay.
of the gods.
We'll go with that. Deflecting deals more damage, because we deflected quite a bit.
Why, Lerner, you are looking positively fabulous, I have to say.
Learning. Gotta pay better attention.
Never.
That's 100% on me just not paying attention. Got him. Learning. Forget those
More
names.
heads.
Learning.
Ah.
Okay.
Which to choose?
I can't afford any of those. It's okay. Let's see if we can get ourselves up to Theseus. Honestly, Theseus and the Minotaur might be pretty straightforward with the bow. I know Theseus will be. Gotta go for the hammer. Missed a golden urn. Now.
Quite the bow.
I'm gonna go with coins. Because coins plus a shot means an extra Death's Defiance. Well, not an extra. It means we restore it. Grab the coin. There we go. I'm gonna try to get up to 200 health if possible.
That one's come back. Good for the health.
Archer versus Archer is not going well for me. Okay. Gotta go here.
Is this how you decided to repay me? Why, you must think that I abandoned you, and you. So, how's Achilles doing lately, stranger? I figured you could tell me since you've all this access to him, and I don't.
He's forced to do my father's bidding, and sworn to secrecy, apparently. I don't pretend to fully understand, but All in all, I think he's doing well. I hope you'll see him for yourself.
You don't fully understand, but hope. I see. Well, if you do get to the bottom of this little mystery at some point, you'll indulge me, won't you?
Finally.
I'll see what I can do about it, sir.
Finally fixing both him and the other one's relationships.
Whatever suits you.
This might have been preemptive. It was, dang it. Ooh, random boon. We're gonna grab the hell that. We're gonna grab them all, actually.
I greet you, cousin.
Ah, that super worked. And to give me the one that I needed, which was the call.
Divine protection.
And we'll grab darkness because it's the heal.
Will you?
The bow just does not do the damage I need it to. Little teeny bit of health. What do we got here?
Just what I need.
Okay. Oh, Poseidon Aphrodite's duo, or Hermes. I feel like there was something with Hermes that I really needed. I can't remember what it is. But duos are so hard to turn up. Because 2 boons in 1. But I really don't care for Poseidon. Or Aphrodite.
They're strong bows. Regenerating.
What do we got here? Your attack is faster. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna fish right here.
Remember fishies? Right there.
Charp. It's a carp, but a charp. weird sound. Bum, bum. You still there, Moth? No, I've been a little bit quiet. Probably you might have fallen asleep, or you might have... If you're still there or not. Yep. What do you think of... Have you ever watched or played Diablo 3? Nope. Okay. It's a bit of a grittier game. I mean, it's Diablo games. They're all a little bit grittier. But I have convinced my wife, because it's one of the few games she knows how to play and can play on her computer right now, I have convinced her to play a game with me sometime next week. Just thought I'd let you know. They're just chilling there. It'll be the first time that she's on a stream with me actively playing a game. So yeah. Also tomorrow is a Pippin variety stream, which is, it was on the schedule, but so he will be in charge of what we're playing, which currently is going to be Minecraft, but he is a very finicky child. So it could be anything. I don't know where we'll end up.
You're going to like this.
So yeah. I don't know. I'm looking forward to playing Diablo with my wife.
At last.
Let us destroy them quickly, King. Or perhaps slowly.
Stand and fight. You are unfit to walk these hallowed passageways. Are you enjoying yourselves in the stands?
Defiance. Get out of this corner, you stupid. Ah, stupid fight. Got him. Oh.
Who's champion now? Ambrosia. You shades enjoy yourselves.
That fight was a bit of a pain just because he had the shield. It's just like I just had such a small window I could do anything.
I can do this.
That's okay though. Just hope we can get some Athena boons in this next area, because if we can get an Athena boon, we might be able to get the Death's Defiance replenish, and if we get
sure the saint is
money, we can kind of replenish him that way too.
Hey, money.
Okay, so at least one cheap Athena. We're gonna go with the Athena right off the bat. Why was there a super rat, like, right in the opening room? That doesn't bode well for this path. hope it's not all big rats. Oh, little rats I can do. Little rats, that's an easy room. Big rats.
This blasted place again.
Where's the freaking... Dang it! What is going on with this room? This has just felt like disproportionately more difficult than others. Okay. We got at least one Death Defiance she's left, but I lost one, so net effed over. That's okay though. I'll go for money. You gotta be kidding me. The bow just does not do a lot of damage. That's the bigger problem that I've noticed. It's just like bow just genuinely does not do a lot of damage. That's okay. I'm not trying to complain.
Just in time. I'll take this one.
You're difficult to track there in the depths, cousin. Though the boatman Charon, thankfully, is proving of some help.
There we go. That's exactly what I needed. So that worked out well. Let's see, hopefully to meet her. Instant restore life. Please be the... Nope. I mean, it might still be. Alright.
Lucky find. Poisoned. Oh, that hurt, damn it.
Oh, that's a little frustrating. Because that's the one room that they put it in. Kind of got screwed over there in terms of rooms. That's okay.
You again.
Death Defiance? Yes.
Charon's wares.
Perfect. Oh, we got 2 lives going in.
Yeah, finally. Delicious. A sack fit for a huge 3-headed hound.
Alright. Now,
Time to deliver the goods.
we have 2 Death Defiance. The only thing that we can afford is extra life. It's not perfect.
The Guardian of Hell itself decides the time
Might be
has
able to do
come
this.
for a short break and snack.
See you, boy. Made it again.
Okay. I think the strategy with him is going to be very similar to Meg. Stand back and shoot.
So, Father.
There was a time when Cerberus would never have permitted any soul to exit through that gateway there behind you.
Oh, that can't possibly be true. What about Orpheus, Theseus, Heracles, Odysseus? Countless tales of brave men delving into the underworld, then leaving whence they came.
They left on my authority alone, nor did they take for granted my good graces. You believe you are entitled simply to walk out of here, from your birthright and your responsibilities. But I am here to tell you, no. Darkness. 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 Here. Darkness. Darkness. Darkness.
Oh, you.
You should have avoided that.
You are untouchable for now.
Athena cannot save you from me, boy.
Serious? You're gonna be impervious the entire duration of that call.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Let's see you deal with this. Blasted little. You wish to anger me?
Again?
No squirming out of this. Fire!
Become unstoppable.
Idiot! Now, this.
Oh, and I'm done. Oh. I had a lot of defensive things, but I just didn't have damage output. I think is a weak point of the bow. That's okay. We'll just do the... That's where we'll wrap up for today. I got to Hades again. Further with the bow than I've ever been before. So, we will take it. We will take it.
Hello?
We're going to do a little bit of dialogue talking to peoples, and then... we'll go from there. Unless there's no one to talk to. And there we go. There's something.
They can't be reasoned with, Nyx. You know that. What use are they to us trying to manage this? They'll make things worse.
They are your sisters. They are part of your life, whether you like it or not. Your relationship with them is yours to mold.
I'm afraid there isn't much for me to work with. You have a lot more faith in them than I do.
I have a lot more faith in you, Megara. There are many obstinate personalities with whom we regularly interact. Thus, we do what is possible.
I understand.
Alright. And then... we did get a new fish.
The rafters. This is my latest haul.
Got a
Pleasure
couple.
doing
Got a couple
business.
nectar for that. Can I give them to? We'll give another one to Thanatos because he. Oh, we'll give one to Hypno too.
Whoa, you must have really gotten pretty far out there if you could get me one of these, so wow. And thanks for stopping by.
You lighten up my numerous untimely deaths, Hypnos.
And we'll give one to Thanatos.
What, really? Come on, what is this, Zagreus? You think handing this to me makes up for everything you've put us through?
It's just something I found out there that I thought you might like, Than. Don't think anything of it.
Thanatos has like big jilted ex-lover vibes. And then there's Meg, who has like love-hate relationship vibes. And then there's Dursa, who's just cute and wholesome. So I think Dusa, not Dursa. Dusa is definitely the one we're leaning towards. Okay. Really lets us increase the... Attribute no one choices.
Nyx's power.
I don't know how those work, but if there's anything over this way. Nope. Oh, I should save the game. And we are wrapping up here. Anyway, I suddenly have a couple extra viewers right now, but let's go ahead and see if we can find ourselves a raid target. Any recommendations, Moth? No one I really know is on right now. Oh, hello! Thank you so much for the raid, but I am just wrapping up the stream to raid someone else. So your timing was really good, but I really appreciate that. I am just... anyone that you were planning to raid, we can kind of pass it along with the train then. What is this? Brisa Peaches? I think I pronounced your names right. Apparently your timing's really good. We'll give you a quick shout out though before we pass them on. Oh, I think I've seen you before. What were you playing? And I might have seen you before. My memory is notoriously bad. Oh, Moth beat me to it. I didn't think I spelled your name wrong anyway. Oh, Pokemon Let's Go Eevee! That's a good game! You brought him? I appreciate it. I appreciate it, Zeal. I recognized your name. Let's Go Eevee. I am currently saving up to get that game for my kid. And me. Admittedly me. Probably more for me than my kid, but we're working on it. Oh. Well, does anyone else have any recommendations? I was just thinking about how I didn't have anyone that I knew to raid. Everyone I normally would raid is offline. The White Queso is the only person I know online right now. That's more than I know. Oh. The White, what are they doing? Usually streams Overwatch. Oh, of course I got an ad. It looks like he's currently playing Star Citizen. Zelda randomizers. Majora's Mask. We'll give them a look real quick. Nice to meet you. Sorry about the raid right before you had to go. That's totally okay. I appreciate it either way. Oh, it's IYO. Okay. All right. So, what do you think? We have the White Queso doing Star Citizen or IYO Moo doing Majora's Mask with a randomizer. 50-50, any preference? Majora's Mask? Okay. Moth spoke first, so we're going to raid them. IYO Moo. Yeah. And hydrate. Thank you for the hydrate. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know either. It's just what they're playing. It's like a sci-fi game. But we're rating which I still can't pronounce their name, probably Iomu with Majora's Mask. I do want to thank everyone who caught the stream, and thank you, Raiders, for coming in right at the end. I do really appreciate it. Was a pet makes for passing along the love. I do hope for everyone that you either get the rest that you need to tonight, or you have a good start to the day. Iomu. Got it. We are going to be rating them now, though. I just want to say that I do really appreciate all of you. I really appreciate the raid sending them my way, Zeal. I hope you have a wonderful night, and I hope just remember that I know real life is more important, but you are all always welcome back. Love y'all. Good night.